Welcome to Business Voice, a program of the Greece Regional Chamber of Commerce. Each month, we'll feature business and community leaders sharing their stories, initiatives, concerns, and passions. Learn practical information regarding community resources and opportunities. This program includes segments from previous shows. Business Voice is a program of the Greece Regional Chamber of Commerce, sponsored by FranNet of Upstate New York. Now, the host of Business Voice, Greece Regional Chamber President and CEO, Sarah Lentini.
Welcome to Business Voice, a program of the Greece Regional Chamber of Commerce. I'm Sarah Lentini, delighted to welcome one of four guests on today's show. We've got quite the lineup. I'm very happy to welcome back to the show John Adams of FranNet. Welcome, John.
Thanks, Sarah. Happy to be here.
Yeah, great to see you. Hasn't been all that long, but great to have you back on the show. Our listeners may recognize that you were on probably more than a year ago, right?
Yeah, probably more than a year ago.
Yeah, it was quite a while ago. Time flies.
It was early on in the process.
Yeah, and when you were on last time, you told us, you really walked us through the process of franchising and a little, told us about FranNet, but told us a lot about the franchise process. But for people who might not have listened to that particular program, can you just give us a quick overview of FranNet? What the heck is FranNet?
Okay, so FranNet is a international company. Mm-hmm. It's actually a franchise. I own the Buffalo, Rochester, and Syracuse territories. We find people that are interested in getting into business for themselves and help them through the process of due diligence and acquisition. Wow. We provide, we have a stable of people that can help them with their business, attorneys, franchise attorneys, CPAs, payroll people. I'll give you a lead in for your next client here. Right. We that's what we do. So we're coaches, we're matchmakers, we're Match.com for franchises. Right. We have 250 franchises in our portfolio.
That was my next question. Okay, and so there's a whole bunch of choices.
A lot of choices. Yeah. We start with the individual and we build to the right franchise for them.
Fantastic.
If you give somebody a list of 250 franchises, they will inevitably pick the wrong ones, something that doesn't fit them, that they can't afford. We go through all that with them before we start talking about franchises. So we really understand our client and find the right thing for them.
Yeah, you're good at making the fit and work and then helping them to make the business work, correct?
Exactly. Yep. One thing I love about being local is that I can stay on with my clients and I can direct business to them.
Oh, even better, yeah.
I have a pile of business cards here in my portfolio, and somebody says they need a tree guy, I give them the monster tree card, and actually I got some discount cards in here, so if you have tree work coming up, I'd be happy to give you one.
That's very good to know, right? Bob D'Angelo is in studio with us. He's our silent partner from show to show. Thank you so much. Shout out to Bob D'Angelo of WYSL. So we'll be happy to get some discount tree cards from you when the show is over. But 200 and some franchises and all that help. The two questions I have: do people come to you? Could I come to you right now and say, I'm interested in potentially owning a franchise. Can I start a conversation with you?
Absolutely. We're completely free to our clients.
Really? Completely free.
Completely
all that
free.
Assistance.
Yep.
That's amazing.
We are paid a commission by the franchisor.
That's great. When
somebody sends in the franchise fee and the completed application.
Okay.
Or signs the agreement. Then, and unlike a real estate agent, where they're free, the franchise cannot change the price. They cannot change the franchise fee.
Okay.
Just because they're coming in through me. So your franchise fee would be exactly the same if you come in with my help or you go directly to the franchisor and you work with them directly.
Oh, so there's no downside whatsoever. It's all... Right. Why wouldn't you take advantage of a FranNet? Yeah.
Exactly.
Got it. Okay.
I've been doing this 5.5 years. FranNet's been doing it for 30.
Right. And is FranNet? You mentioned that you own FranNet in Buffalo, Rochester, and Syracuse, correct?
Yep.
But is FranNet itself a franchise?
FranNet is a franchise.
So it's a big national company that's
actually international. We're in Canada, Germany, and England as well as the U.S. And we pretty much cover the entire U.S. I think Vermont, New Hampshire, and Maine is still available.
Oh,
but
really?
Other than that, we're pretty well covered in the U.S.
Very cool. And there are other companies like FranNet that do. I mean, I've never, I told you when we first talked about this over a year ago that I wasn't really familiar with the fact that there were people out there that did what you do that would help you, pick and succeed in a franchise for free.
The most common response I get when I tell people what I do is, I didn't know that was a thing.
Right.
And so we are in the process of, we've always been in the process of educating clients, educating the public to let them know what it is that we do.
Right.
We're actually working on a big promotional push in Syracuse right now. I have an associate covering Syracuse for me. She's doing a great job, and we're doing a little push in that market to get her more recognized.
That's wonderful. And in fact, you've been growing, right? I mean, it sounds like maybe she's a relatively new associate. It sounded like you've been hiring over the last year, correct?
Yeah, technically she's a subcontractor.
Okay.
But she's been with me about a year, and I just got word today that someone I've been talking with about working in Rochester is going to sign up.
Oh, that's
so
awesome.
I'm really psyched.
So your capacities have just expanded even further in being able to help people in this region. That's great.
It's really important to have the local knowledge, and that's what Erica has in Syracuse. Erica Davis is my associate over there. She's incredibly well connected in the community. She's a certified coach as well, and she coaches people on business issues and growing issues.
Yeah.
Well connected with the Women's Business Center and other organizations in Syracuse.
Well, that's great.
We're starting to get a lot of people coming to her right now. She's got a lot of customers in the works.
In the works,
Yep.
in the pipeline, as they say.
Yep.
So if you're just joining us, you're listening to Business Voice, a program of the Greece Regional Chamber of Commerce. I'm Sarah Lentini, president of the Greece Regional Chamber of Commerce, and I'm here talking with John Adams of FranNet. And John is telling us a little bit about how, relatively easy it is to get involved in owning your own franchise, setting one up and owning. And you were just telling us about some options for coming up with the cash to be able to invest in a franchise, and you help people with all of the process, correct? Including trying to line up the cash, like what you were just talking about?
Absolutely. Like I said, we have attorneys, we have all kinds of different professionals who help us. We also have local bankers who help us as well.
Fantastic. Now, you have and continue to be involved in lots of, therefore, new businesses and franchises coming online, correct?
Right.
And is that something you could share a little bit of that with us today? I don't want to let you go without hearing about some of your success stories.
Oh, well, my two biggest success stories, one is called Jan Pro. Yes. Local guy named Steve Skews.
He's terrific. I've met him.
Okay.
Right.
He started that business a couple years ago.
Yep.
And he came out, he started and sold 3 businesses.
Wow.
When he retired, when he sold the last business, he was sitting home on the couch one day and his wife said, no, this is not going to happen. So he came to me and he said, somebody introduced him to me and we found Jan Pro for him. So Jan Pro is actually a master franchise. He finds sub-franchisees to do the cleaning, and he finds customers for those sub-franchisees.
Cool business.
Yeah, it really is, and he's doing very well. Doing well in Rochester, working on expanding into Buffalo right now, and he also owns Syracuse, which he hasn't started working on yet. And then the other guy who's doing great is Jay Herman with Monster Tree Service.
Oh, speaking of trees, yes.
Yeah, I worked with Jay at Frontier and Global Crossing when I was there. We had the same job in different parts of the company, so we got to know each other pretty well then. And then his kids were playing sports, and I knew him from there. And when he got tired of being in telecom and getting merged and acquired, he called me up one day and said, "What can we figure out?" And we landed on Monster Tree Service, which was a brand new franchise at the time, and he is totally killing it.
Oh, that's great.
He worked last summer. He spent the summer working on, he spent the season working on the ground,
right?
Helping his crew, learning the business. And this season he put on a second crew, so he's doing great.
Yeah, he is doing great.
Yep.
And a testament to you're doing great.
Yeah,
a testament to the work that you're doing, and that must make you feel really good.
Yep, we're looking real hard for Monster franchisees in Buffalo and Syracuse.
Yep.
So that they can collaborate on advertising and things like that. Again, this is the service we provide after the fact to help them with help them grow their business.
Right. So if people want to reach out, there might be people listening who are interested perhaps in at least exploring the possibility of starting a franchise. How do they reach you again?
They can reach me at 585-739-6625. That's my phone number.
Right.
It's my cell phone. It's my business number. It's the only number I have.
You're a brave man. Cell phone.
Yep. And so, and also J. Adams at FranNet, and FranNet has 2 N's in it, .com.
J. Adams at FranNet with 2 N's. .com.
Yep.
Okay, wonderful.
And if they want to look at the web page, it's frannet.com/JAdams.
Okay.
I'll take them to my local page. There's a place there that they can take a readiness assessment. It takes about 10-15 minutes to do, and we'll provide feedback on whether they're ready to go into to start looking at a franchise, and then we'll help them through that process.
That's wonderful. Congratulations on all your success.
Thank you.
In the expansion of your franchise, your FranNet franchise here in the, I guess we call it the Western Central Finger Lakes region, right?
Mm-hmm.
And thank you so much for being here once again. John Adams, FranNet.
Thanks for having me, sir. I really appreciate the opportunity to. Always great to chat with you.
Same here.
Good.
You got to come back soon. Don't go away. We're going to be right back with my next guest.
Right now, we are all faced with a challenge both personally and professionally. You might be displaced from your current employment and thinking about what you could do differently for a living in the changing economy. Either way, you can find yourself with a little more time on your hands to think about these things. That's where John Adams of FranNet can help. John is a local senior franchise consultant for FranNet. He can help you navigate the many local franchise opportunities that exist right here in upstate New York. Go to FranNet.com, that's FranNet.com with 2 N's, and take the free readiness assessment that helps determine the best franchise opportunities for you. The COVID-19 health crisis has created uncertainty in the economy, but many have predicted a roaring comeback when we get the medical aspect under control. Now is a great time to do your research and have John help you find a business opportunity that will help you prosper in the future. Call John Adams at 585-739-6625 or go to FranNet.com. That's FranNet.com with 2 N's.
Since 1983, Herckel Computers is Rochester's first and most experienced custom computer system builder. Herckel Computers is proud to be working with many of our original customers, including the Greece Chamber of Commerce. Whether you need a custom business PC, gaming system, or network server, Herckel Computers can build you a custom computer system that exceeds your expectations. Herckel Computers also offers complete IT support for your business. We can configure your business network, provide security from viruses and ransomware to keep your business or medical office running the way it should be. Herckel Computers is also a full-service provider of network wiring, Wi-Fi, and network camera systems. Need to upgrade from Windows 7? Give Herckel Computers a call at 227-1270 to discuss your options to get your business upgraded to Windows 10. Herckel Computers is proudly locally owned and operated since 1983. Call us at 227-1270 and schedule your Herckel Computers free IT evaluation. Herckel Computers, 227-1270.
Depositing your money with Genesee Regional Bank helps strengthen the local community. That's because GRB lends its deposits to local businesses and individuals so they can grow and prosper. From your favorite bakery to your family dentist to the technology company where your neighbor works to helping families buy a home. That keeps Rochester rock solid. Become a GRB client today. Genesee Regional Bank. Community banking, community building.
Visit grbbank.com. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender, NMLS 417491.
Yeti to Work is Rochester's talent acquisition partner based right in Greece, New York. We offer full-service recruitment functions for businesses of all sizes and all roles, from IT to manufacturing to sales and everything in between. We also offer exclusive discounts and benefits for members of the Greece Regional Chamber of Commerce. If you're having a tough time finding employees, give us a call. We'll help you through the process and find that next great hire. Visit YetiToWork.com or call 585-434-2974.
If you're looking to market and grow your business, make new business connections, and give back to the community in a meaningful way, consider joining the Greece Regional Chamber of Commerce. We're the largest suburban chamber in Monroe County, and we offer networking, education, marketing, insurance, and advocacy. You do not need to live or work in Greece to join. Our members come from throughout the region. In short, we're better together, and together, we're moving business forward. Visit greecechamber.org or call 585-227-7272 to join today.
Platinum Business Brokerage helps small business owners just like you figure out where they're going and how to best exit their business. We have qualified buyers calling us constantly to buy businesses just like yours. We will give you a full 2-hour meeting to discuss strategies and also give you a free business valuation, a $1,700 value. You can reach us at 585-458-4250. That's 585-458-4250. Or on the web at pbbny.com. That's pbbny.com.
WellNow Urgent Care, located on Dewey Avenue off Route 18, is extending its hours to provide convenient care that fits in your schedule. Now open from 7 a.m. to 11 p.m. We're here to help make it all better for those in the Greece community who are experiencing non-life-threatening injuries and illnesses. We offer on-site x-rays and lab testing and accept most insurance. Be sure to also check out our nearby locations in Irondequoit, Gates, and Fairport. Visit wellnow.com to check in online.
WYSL. Business Voice is a program of the Greece Regional Chamber of Commerce, sponsored by FranNet of Upstate New York.
Hi, everybody. I'm Sarah Lentini. Welcome to Business Voice. Our guests from WellNow Urgent Care, two wonderful gentlemen who represent two different parts of the business that we're going to be talking to. Business Voice is a program of the Greece Regional Chamber of Commerce. So the two folks that are joining me here today are Chris Hart from WellNow Urgent Care, who represents the occupational medicine side of the house, something that a lot of people might not even realize exists. So we're going to be talking to him in detail about what the occupational medicine side is all about. But first, we're going to start with Aaron Silver, who represents sort of the core business of WellNow Urgent Care, the urgent care side of the house, right, Chris? Right, Aaron? And,
that's right.
And you were just telling me before we went on air that you are a physician assistant. And I think I was sort of starting to say, so what exactly is a physician assistant?
Absolutely. So first of all, thanks so much for having us. It's great to be here. And so yes, I'm a certified physician assistant. I have a master's degree in physician assistant studies, and basically what that means as far as taking care of patients is, I have a license to provide basic medical care with the supervision of a physician. Nice. So that can involve physical exams, taking histories, ordering and interpreting lab results, x-rays, writing prescriptions, and really providing, very high level of care for our patients in the community.
So, if you can write prescriptions, probably the thing that everybody focuses on, right? Oh, you can write prescriptions.
Well, it does come up from time to time.
Right. So that really puts you, I almost want to use the word hybrid. It puts you in sort of one of those roles that's maybe a little bit newer in the medical profession, or was this around all the time?
Yeah, the PA profession has been around, I believe, since following the Vietnam War. There was,
really?
So there was some efforts to kind of train some of the folks coming out as combat medics and kind of give them more of this newer role within the community, and that's since taken quite a number of transitions, and within the past 5-10 years has really taken off and become a very, very vital part of the healthcare team, as we say. And it really allowed us to deliver an extremely high-quality level of care to the patients in our community.
And help spread the resources of probably a stretched healthcare system just a little bit further, right?
Absolutely. Part of the overburdened healthcare system, and certainly a physician shortage. And this helps to hopefully fill in some of those gaps with the best possible care for our patients.
Well, wonderful. Can you tell us a little bit about WellNow Urgent Care? Because WellNow is like this amazing business that seems to be growing in leaps and bounds, right? And of course, you're members of the Greece Regional Chamber. Thank you very much. You're premium members, in fact. We really we love the connection, and we know that you've had 3 ribbon cuttings, 3 grand openings in Monroe County alone in the last, I'm going to say, 1 to 2 years, right? In the last 18 months or so.
That's right, and we're certainly so proud to be a part of Greece and be a part of that community and be able to extend our services to that wonderful patient population. WellNow Urgent Care originally was founded as 5-Star Urgent Care in 2012, with a location, I believe, in Big Flats, New York.
Of course, Big Flats.
Absolutely. Somewhere in the southern tier.
Thank you. I was going to ask that next.
And since then, it's really taken off and become one of the faster-growing urgent cares in New York State, and has actually now extended out of the state and opened a site in Crestwood, Illinois this past year.
Oh, wow.
So really kind of extending the reaches of that business.
So started in New York State.
Correct.
Southern tier.
Yes.
Now, how many WellNow urgent cares do you have across the state of New York?
35 that are open today in New York.
Wow, 35.
Yeah.
Awesome.
With a handful still to open by the end of the year.
Even in New York, you've got a handful to open by the end of the year.
Yes.
So there's a plan, obviously. Somebody's got a plan, because this doesn't happen. Is there? And you're opening in Illinois. You said you already opened a place in Illinois.
That's right. Yeah, there's a location in Crestwood, Illinois, outside of Chicago.
Wow. And is that you said that's the first one outside of New York State?
I believe so. Yeah.
Correct.
Okay. And so that's a big leap from New York to Illinois, right? Is it just because Chicago's such a great market? It's a big market. Do you happen to know why? And are you planning on filling in the states in between, or do you have even another state after that on the docket?
I think there's always things people are looking at. Nothing planned or upcoming, but our sister company is Aspen Dental, and they actually opened a second headquarters in Chicago. So we kind of piggybacked on that opportunity and are opening actually a second location in a few weeks out in that market. So
wow,
yeah, it's exciting.
So are you guys privately owned?
We are, yes.
You are, okay. And is there a particular person, or is it a group of people that's behind the company and the growth, obviously?
Yeah, in 2012, this was opened by Dr. John Radford. He was a talented emergency physician who came up with the idea and really kind of taken the company through these transitions and tremendous growth.
Wonderful. So it's coming from somebody who really knows. If he's a physician, presumably he knows the healthcare system well.
I would hope so.
He knows care well. He knows the healthcare system well, and that's probably part of the reason for your great success, that you're not being run by somebody who's simply a business person.
Absolutely. Yeah, I think there's a tremendous collaboration between business and the medical side of things, and that joint effort's really been able to allow us to offer such a terrific product and service for our community.
Right. And urgent cares, of course, are mushrooming in general, right? Because, I mean, there are a lot of urgent care centers that have, of all sorts that have sprung up around me, like just where I live. So this is probably a very good time to be in this particular market, but it's also competitive, I imagine.
It is. There are a large number of urgent care facilities and options for patients in really, most communities across the state. Mm-hmm. What we believe really differentiates our group is something that, is a combination of high-quality medical care in conjunction with, offering certain conveniences that may not be available elsewhere. One of those is the ability to actually save your spot in line, where a patient can go onto our website. They can get an estimate of the wait time for the particular site that they want to go to, and then they're actually put their information in and hold their spot in line. So hoping that really kind of puts power in the hands of our patients to, make the experience of getting care from us as convenient for them as possible.
That's great. And urgent care is sort of that, that intermediary, that solution to having to wait forever in an emergency room, right? But, I mean, people are going to urgent care also in lieu of going to see perhaps a primary care physician, especially if they don't have one yet, correct? Tell me a little bit about what the urgent care services are, and then I want to hear a little bit about Chris's services, because occupational medicine is like a whole other thing, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So, urgent care, our main focus is non-life-threatening illnesses and injuries. Okay. So that can, as far as illnesses, that can be coughs, colds, sore throats, rashes, and, again, non-serious injuries, sprains, minor fractures, lacerations, small burns. It's certainly not a means to replace primary care medicine by any means, more to be able to supplement it. Where patients, if they're unable to see their physician or a medical provider, during business hours, and this hopefully gives them a good option outside of those hours, weekends, to really be able to get the care they need in a timely and efficient manner.
And you just made an important point, which is that urgent care isn't meant to replace the emergency room either.
Certainly
so if you
not.
have a very serious emergency like a gunshot wound, you should not be going to urgent care. You should be going to the hospital.
Please do.
Please do. Great. Thank you. Before I gave bad information out over the airwaves, right?
Yeah, appreciate that.
Absolutely. And having said that, it is really very convenient to have urgent care centers nearby. I think we've all been in the situation where we're grateful to have one to turn to. I know I am, and it's it's great to know that you guys are being led and spearheaded by somebody who understands care as well as he does and as you all do. But you don't just offer urgent care services; you also offer occupational medicine services. And Chris Hart is here today to talk a little bit about the occupational medicine. I don't quite even know what that means, Of course. So please tell us, Chris.
Yeah, so just like we partner on the urgent care side with the community, we also partner with employers and businesses and organizations in the communities as well. So we provide a wide range of services for employers, from basic drug screens and physicals to complicated physicals. We treat work-related injuries, anything there in between that an employer might require for their employees.
That's great. So you're really a service to business.
Correct. Exactly. That's the side of the house that I represent. Sure.
And how does a business go about sort of working with you? Do you work under contracts with businesses? Can they just reach out and ask you for assistance sort of as a one-off?
Yeah, absolutely. So there's no contracts. We basically set up an account, and it's two one-page forms, so it couldn't be easier. And then from that point, people can use us as little or as much as they need to, from the one-off situations to folks that, being that we're New York State's largest occupational medicine provider with all of the locations we have, we can provide like that one-off situation or work with somebody who also has a statewide footprint, and that need to have access to not only occupational medicine services, pre-employment services, but those work-related injuries that might come up and have an option to go to.
So does work-related injury means workers' comp?
Correct, exactly.
So if I'm an employer and I have somebody who gets injured on the job, how might I work with WellNow Urgent Care? Would I pick up the phone and call you?
They can come right in. We're a walk-in facility. We're open 365 days a year. Besides holidays, we're open 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. 7 days a week, plus holidays, sometimes adjusted hours. But those folks can come see us. Hopefully they have already reached out to us and we have an account. But either way, we're going to see those injuries and get those folks can walk right in any area that they're in the state that we're close to.
Do you work at all with the workers' comp claims or not so much? That's really handled by the company?
Yeah, so we'll facilitate the visit and then, get the information back to the employer as to, the treatment or the result, and then they'll handle the claims piece from their side.
From there. Yeah. And then did I hear you mention like drug testing? So for some employers, that might be an important component, a requirement of employment.
Yeah, absolutely.
It might be something that they need to do on a regular basis. I'm just going to guess that something like a school bus driver maybe needs to sort of be, I don't know. I'm really guessing. I have no idea what the requirements are, but I could see how, especially in certain occupations,
absolutely, that
certain types of testing would be, ideal.
Yeah, there's multiple options or reasons why folks do drug testing, whether it's a pre-employment screening, whether it's a post-accident. Sometimes folks, when there's a post-accident, they want to, rule those things out. And then there's, the DOT industry where it's randomly required, as well as an ongoing basis. But, folks have a random program that they're a part of. We handle all of those options for drug screening.
And I know you mentioned a couple of these and we've touched on them, but just to say them all again, because I don't think my brain absorbed them, so maybe people listening wouldn't mind another refresher. So obviously the drug testing, helping people with a physical or an assessment for a workers' comp or a workers' related injury. What other sorts of services fall under this umbrella?
So physicals, there's probably multiple options or reasons for the physicals, whether it's a DOT physical, like I said,
Department of Transportation,
correct, in environmental. industry. So abatement industry, we have asbestos physicals, hazmat physicals, silica exams, all these things required for folks to be working in those industries. We do respirator physicals for firefighters, for anybody that requires wearing a respirator for their profession.
And you're working. This is a service you can provide to businesses so that they can make sure that their employees have the sort of protections that perhaps are required in addition to the public if they're interacting with an employee.
Absolutely. So
also has some protection.
Yeah. Anything that OSHA would require.
Yep.
So we keep those folks safe. And then there's industries outside of that. So even like assisted living facilities, their folks would sometimes require maybe some pre-employment physicals, a general physical, some drug testing, but more PPD.
What's PPD?
Tuberculosis.
Thank you.
And so checking for that. X-rays, we have X-rays on site at all our facilities. Audiograms for hearing. If you have a hearing program, we have vision machines, blood work.
Lots of stuff.
Vaccines, titers,
so
you name it, we do it. We're a one-stop shop.
Drug test, much more involved than one might think.
Absolutely. So, it allows us to service, a wide variety of industries that require different services for their folks.
So was this part of the business when you guys started, or is it a newer part of the business? And what made you offer these services?
Yeah, it's always been a part of the offerings from day one. I don't think it's, today we represent 20% of the business, and I think we've really brought on a team to focus on that over the last year and a half, 2 years. So that part of it has grown. We just, saw the need as we're in the community serving folks, and even employees would come in for personal reasons, whether it was themselves, their family, and then realize we offer these services. And we've kind of, as the footprint's grown, the business has grown, so these opportunities and the ability to service folks, locally and across the state.
So this is a growing segment of your business and a growing segment of the healthcare business as well. Is that correct?
Yes. It's existed for a long time. These services have been needed. OSHA has been around for a long time and require all these things. But for us, it's a big part now of what we do and trying to grow that field and get our name out there to let folks know it's an option for what we offer.
And how long have you been working for WellNow, Chris?
I've been with WellNow for a year and a half.
And were you in the occupational medicine field before that?
No, I was in the sales. Actually, healthcare in a sense. I worked for the American Red Cross before this.
Wonderful. Yeah. Well, a related business, however.
In a sense, in a roundabout way, absolutely.
Yeah. Yep. Certainly still involved with healthcare and community well-being.
Right.
So, did you work for the Red Cross here in the Rochester region?
I did. Yes.
Wonderful. Yeah. They're a great organization as well. So, and how long have you been with WellNow, Aaron?
Coming up on 2 years in November.
Wonderful.
So a little bit, about that.
And were you working as a physician assistant before that? Is it physician's assistant or physician assistant?
No apostrophe.
Either way? No apostrophe.
Right.
Okay.
So physician assistant. Physician
okay.
assistant, yes. So I've been working right now for about 6 years. I started my career in Philadelphia, and then prior to my start with WellNow, I was in the emergency department at Rochester General Hospital.
Oh, my. So you got a little trial by fire, right?
That's right.
Yeah,
that's
a little something about emergency medicine, so that's
absolutely.
That's great.
Awesome. And a lot of our providers are kind of trained under the same circumstances, local emergency departments, many from family medicine clinics, so really come with a number of years and varying experiences that we can kind of bring to the care we provide.
That's great. And are you from Philadelphia originally?
I'm not. No, I was born and raised in Brighton.
Oh,
and
okay.
I live in Arundicoid now.
You just happened to be in Philadelphia when your career began.
That's right. I went to grad school down there at Philadelphia University.
Very nice. So as you guys kind of look out to the next few months and few years, first of all, it'd be great to tell people where you are now, right? Because I know you've got 3 locations in Monroe County alone, and I don't know their addresses or anything, but just to at least make sure people know that you've got a strong presence in Greece, and you have a strong presence in Irondequoit, and a strong presence in Fairport, a.k.a. Parenton. It's really more Parenton, but everybody calls the entire town of Parenton around here Fairport for some reason.
Right.
And which I've never understood. But so and you've done ribbon cuttings. We've been honored to participate with you on the grand openings of all three of those. I know you have more coming in Monroe County. But obviously you've got, perhaps even more coming online elsewhere in New York State. And I imagine that there are a variety of ways that people can access your services as well as news about you. For starters, a web address might be a good thing. How do people connect with you? How are they going to find you? And we want to make sure they leave, remembering your name and understanding how to get in touch with you.
Yeah, I think, visiting our website, wellnow.com, has a list
nice
of...
and simple. Wellnow.com.
Very
wellnow.com.
easy. Yep. It has a list of all our locations. We have all our wait times are listed for every single site. They're updated every 15 minutes. So if you're in between two locations, you can kind of see what's the fastest service time for you and get there, and then it also has a list of our upcoming locations where we're looking to grow next.
Great.
So there's a lot of opportunity. Our next location here in Rochester is opening in about just a little over a month in Gates. It'll be over on Lyle Ave, right off the 390 exit across from Wegmans.
Real close to us, and that's wonderful news.
Yes, we're excited about that location.
Very, very exciting.
Absolutely.
I thought that was coming soon, but I wasn't sure, so awesome. Yep. In case you're just joining us, you're listening to Business Voice, a program of the Greece Regional Chamber of Commerce, sponsored by Pet Saver Healthy Pet Superstore. I'm Sarah Lentini, and I'm here with Aaron Silver and Chris Hart, both of WellNow Urgent Care, which is a wonderful business that is obviously focused on helping people stay healthy. And giving them an additional option for service that goes above and beyond the emergency room, doesn't replace the emergency room, but might help to supplement some aspects of the emergency room and also primary care physician services. So before I let you go, I want to hear from both of you a little bit of this, and that is, what made you get involved in the field you're in? They're high-pressure fields, yours in particular, Aaron, because emergency services, obviously, maybe a little bit less so on the WellNow urgent care front, but emergency services in general can be pretty stressful. And I imagine, I don't know if you work long hours, but tell me a little bit about what your work is like and why you chose to get involved. And do you regret it? Or are you happy?
No, still very happy with my choices, and really everything I've done, for my adult career has been focused on taking care of patients. So this for me was a natural next step, moving from emergency medical care into urgent care, where I really have an opportunity to connect with patients from all ages. I can really develop a good relationship with the folks in our community that we serve. So it's been a great privilege and a joy to be a part of WellNow and to be a part of the Greece and Irondequoit and Fairport communities. So
you work in all three?
I do, mostly in Greece, but I get out to the other sites here and there. And so it's been wonderful to be a part of that, and we're so excited for Gates and for everything we have in the future coming up.
That's great. And how about you, Chris? I know that you've been involved in occupational medicine specifically for a shorter period of time, but what drew you to it?
Just the company itself. It's an incredible company to be a part of. Very family feel to it. The opportunities it provides and the direction it's headed. It's all really positive and really important to me on this. Representing this side of the house. To be a great partner for businesses, especially in the community I live in. So I think this WellNow offers that opportunity, and really excited to be a part of it in the company and where we're headed.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you guys both so much for joining us here today on Business Voice. Chris Hart, Occupational Medicine, Aaron Silver, lead provider for the region, I think, right? We so appreciate your being here. Thank you for joining us here today on Business Voice.
Thanks so much for having us.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, stick around. We'll be right back with our next guest. Don't go away.
You're listening to the voice of liberty. AM 1040 Avon Rochester, FM 92.1 W221CL Rochester, FM 95.5 W238DE Spencerport.
Right now, we are all faced with a challenge both personally and professionally. You might be displaced from your current employment and thinking about what you could do differently for a living in the changing economy. Either way, you can find yourself with a little more time on your hands to think about these things. That's where John Adams of FranNet can help. John is a local senior franchise consultant for FranNet. He can help you navigate the many local franchise opportunities that exist right here in upstate New York. Go to FranNet.com, that's FranNet.com with 2 N's, and take the free readiness assessment that helps determine the best franchise opportunities for you. The COVID-19 health crisis has created uncertainty in the economy, but many have predicted a roaring comeback when we get the medical aspect under control. Now is a great time to do your research and have John help you find a business opportunity that will help you prosper in the future. Call John Adams at 585-739-6625 or go to FranNet.com. That's FranNet.com with 2 N's.
The loss of a loved one can be an overwhelming time of hectic activity and high emotion. Remembering and celebrating the lives of those who have passed is important and fulfilling. A meaningful farewell, focusing on their life story, can help with healing. Some families turn to the clergy at their church to capture the essence of a person's life. However, those who may not be connected with the church may worry there is no one to fulfill this important role. At Bartolomeo and Perotto, we believe that a life remembered lives on. One of our trained funeral celebrants can help you thoughtfully design and organize your loved one's treasured memories and ensure that the story of their life is not forgotten. Discover how you can create a meaningful farewell. Visit Bartolomeo.com or call us today at 585-720-6000.
Need help with health insurance? The Greece Regional Chamber provides assistance with health insurance for businesses, nonprofits, families, and individuals throughout our region. We pride ourselves on the personalized service that we provide for our clients. Let us help you find health insurance plans that fit your needs and navigate the paperwork. Greece Chamber Benefit Partners, located at 2402 Westridge Road in Rochester, New York, offers a broad range of medical insurance plans for businesses, nonprofits, individuals, and families throughout the greater Rochester Finger Lakes region, working with insurance companies including Excellus Blue Cross Blue Shield, Univera, and MVP Healthcare. We can also help you access insurance plans through the New York State of Health, the official health plan marketplace. Again, you do not need to live or work in Greece to utilize our brokerage services. We serve the greater Rochester Finger Lakes region of New York State. Visit greecechamber.org to sign up for one of our free health insurance information sessions or schedule an appointment with one of our licensed brokers. Call 585-227-7272. 585-227-7272.
Elder Care Law directs traffic at the intersection of family, finances, and freedom. And Elder Care Law is important to all of the generations. If you're concerned with protecting your wealth for inheritance by the next generations, staying independent and in your own home throughout your life, reconciling family disputes over money and control, then Parker Law Office can help you. To learn everything that you ever wanted to know about Elder Care Law, but were afraid to ask, join Parker Law Office at the offices of the Greece Regional Chamber of Commerce on Thursday, March 12th at 9 a.m. for a continental breakfast and free seminar about elder care law. Space is limited, so call 585-227-7272 or visit greecechamber.org to reserve your space.
RadiantHire Solutions is igniting growth in the Rochester and Buffalo areas for manufacturing, healthcare, legal firms, and industries small and large. They help companies hire and retain their top employees while increasing revenue so they can stay focused on their core business. Having difficulty finding and retaining top performers for your industry? Give them a call. They work with all types of positions from manufacturing and executive level to technical and healthcare and everything in between. Their onboarding programs have helped all types of businesses retain their top employees. Or perhaps you need a partner to meet your sales needs without the ramp-up time and turnover of an in-house team. Schedule a free consultation to see how outsourcing sales can benefit your business. They also offer exclusive discounts and special consideration for Greece Chamber members. Where does your business need more support? Give us a call and we'll be with you every step of the way. Visit RadiantHireSolutions.com or call 585-734-3905.
WellNow Urgent Care, located on Dewey Avenue off Route 18, is extending its hours to provide convenient care that fits in your schedule. Now open from 7 a.m. to 11 p.m. We're here to help make it all better for those in the Greece community who are experiencing non-life-threatening injuries and illnesses. We offer on-site x-rays and lab testing and accept most insurance. Be sure to also check out our nearby locations in Irondequoit, Gates, and Fairport. Visit wellnow.com to check in online.
WYSL. Business Voice is a program of the Greece Regional Chamber of Commerce, sponsored by FranNet of Upstate New York.
Welcome back. I'm Sarah Lentini, and you're listening to Business Voice, a program of the Greece Regional Chamber of Commerce. I'm delighted to welcome my next guests right here in studio. From Bryant Stratton College, we have Mike Mariani, who is the campus director for Bryant Stratton's campuses in Greece and Henrietta, and we're joined by Rob Kopacz, Career Services Director for Bryant Stratton College as well. Welcome, gentlemen.
Thank you. Thank you for having us.
We're delighted. So Bryant Stratton is sort of a fixture in the community. Been around for a while, right? So, in fact, how old is Bryant Stratton College?
So Bryant Stratton College is quite old, actually. We started in 1854.
Wow.
And an interesting fact, this May will be the celebration of our 165th year.
Oh, congratulations. That is an enormous milestone.
Yeah, so
that's fantastic.
Yeah, thank you. So we've been around for quite some time. So we like to refer to ourselves as a career college. Mm-hmm. So we've been preparing students for their careers for quite some time.
Obviously. 165, did you say?
165 years.
Wow.
Yeah, so we're proud of the fact that we still kind of conduct business the way that we started, right, relative to preparing students for their careers. One of the things that recently changed, probably within the last year or two, is something that we now market and call our career life prep experience. And the career life prep experience is interesting because it's a set of experiences that our students go through from the very beginning of their experience relative to inquiry and coming in and meeting with someone to find out whether or not the college is a good fit for them through the process. So I just want to take just a minute to talk a little bit about what that looks like. So our students that inquire actually have the opportunity to come in and meet with an admissions representative.
So this is before they're even enrolled?
This is before they're even enrolled.
Okay.
So they come in and they sit down with an admissions representative, and the admissions representative's objective is to try to help that individual not only to determine whether or not Bryant Stratton College is the right fit for them, but whether or not we have a program that's going to offer them the career that they're looking for. So the career life prep process is broken down into 4 pieces. We call it Path, Pro, Plus, and Team. And the path is what we really just talked about. So each individual student gets a personal consultation with their admissions representative, and that's someone who will be with them not only at the time of enrollment, but all the way through the process while they're attending the college as well. And then we have the pro pillar that we like to call it, and that's an opportunity for the students to work with faculty, not just in a general education sense, but from a workplace competency perspective. So students come in and they meet with their instructors and they focus on their careers that they're interested in pursuing, but they learn workplace competencies, problem solving, collaboration and communication, so on and so forth. And we've gotten pretty good over the years at learning about what it takes for those students to learn the competencies necessary in the workplace, because we continuously work with employers the community to, through advisory boards and things like that, to determine what is the most up-to-date and current needs of our employers. Yep. Yeah, and a lot of times they tell us that it's not just the core competencies, because that's expected, right, based on the degrees that the students choose, but it's the soft skills. It's the workplace competencies that they're looking for. So we're pretty proud of that as well.
Yep. And what are soft skills for people that might be listening? Because that's that might not be something that somebody in the general listening audience would recognize.
Sure, that's an excellent question. So The soft skills are more along the lines of time management, for example, the ability to communicate clearly, the ability to get your point across sometimes in as few words as possible, and that relates back to even an interview, right? If a student is going out on an interview, setting themselves up for preparation relative to how to best go about conducting an interview, and that's part of what our career services department does with our students while they're with us as well.
And that's Rob, right?
Correct,
Rob Kopacz, who's joining us here in studio, who is the Career Services Director. That's really where you come in, correct?
That's correct, Sarah. With our department, we work closely with the students in the classroom as well as post-graduation as well.
So you're there beyond the original college experience.
Exactly. But as Mike was alluding to, the soft skills is something we focus on, particularly helping them with the interview process, helping them with resumes, matching with employers that are looking for students that have the right educational background, but also have the soft skills that they're looking for, to do the jobs. Right. One of the things that, as I've been meeting with employers in the marketplace is that they find our students very well prepared from an educational standpoint, but they really appreciate the soft skills aspect that are taught and supported on the college that really makes our students stand out maybe from some other traditional college settings.
Yeah, I think there's been tremendous focus in recent years on those technical skills, on the math skills, the science skills, the applied skills, making sure that that folks are trained as they're coming out of college, high school and college for that matter. But increasingly, we at the Chamber are also hearing that employers are struggling a little bit because of the soft skills, because somebody may not know, they might know all that, all those other things, but that doesn't mean that they know how to answer a phone. It doesn't mean they know how to deal with a customer when he or she walks in the door. It doesn't mean that they have an understanding of what is sort of the correct way to address somebody and to adjust an interaction based on relationship, based perhaps on hierarchy, based on protocol. There are a lot of subtleties that are embedded in soft skills. They're kind of actually tricky to teach, which is why I think employers are so grateful if you are spending some time making sure that side of a student's training is addressed as well, because it's actually it would be an incredibly difficult thing to go back and address with somebody, if they didn't come with at least a modicum of understanding of those those skills and interactions. So
you mentioned the difficulty in teaching that, and we've spent a lot of time trying to figure out where to best teach that. And while it's throughout the curriculum, what we've learned is general education studies is not always the student's most favorite subject. Whether it's a psychology class or it's an English class or public speaking, but we've done a pretty good job embedding a lot of those soft skills into those courses and creating real-world experiences for the students to engage in, so they take a higher level of interest in those courses than they might have otherwise.
They totally get why it's relevant, because it's certainly coming through loud and clear that you're all about education, but you're also all about applied education, in a sense, about making sure that the education in the classroom is relevant to the career and the job that's hopefully waiting on the other side, and that you're there from the beginning when somebody comes to, even when somebody just comes to inquire about the college, all the way through to beyond, to post-graduation, where you're really trying to help folks get in careers and be successful in careers. So do you track any of that? Do you have a sense of efficacy? Are there a number of employers that you're working with? Can you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, no, obviously we want our students to come to our school for a reason. They want a career. They don't want a job. They're looking to, redefine who they are, have an outcome that is, commensurate to what their education is. And that's something we work very closely with the students on, doing mock interviews, bringing in employers from outside the community to come into this school, meet with the students before they actually graduate to understand what they're going to be looking for upon their graduation. We also work with employers to provide internships for all of our students. So our Before graduating, every student is required to do an internship within their field. So it does two things. One, it allows the students to fully understand what they're getting into. Right. And two, it gives an opportunity for the employer to vet out a student before hiring them and getting prepared, making sure their soft skills are in line to what their company values are. So it's a really good process that we go through. And, if we just talk about measuring and outcomes, every one of our students has a counselor that supports them along the way. Yep. They work very closely with our career services team to help them. We have to have a resume on file for each student. We have to make sure that they complete all their coursework in a timely manner. Yep. We make sure that they, apply for jobs and that they're prepared for the jobs that they apply for. Right. So they come in, they sit down with us, we help them with their resumes, we help them locate potential employers in the marketplace, and we try to find a fit for everyone. Everyone has different skill sets, different strengths, and it's matching the right skill set and strengths with the right employers. Mm-hmm. So we're always looking for employer relationships.
And I'm just going to say, because the Greece Regional Chamber is lucky enough to have a Bryant Stratton intern placed with us right now. Great experience, wonderful student. And I would add one more benefit that I hope that our intern, Matt, is hopefully finding, and that is that by being with the Greece Chamber through this internship, I think he's able to also make some connections. Certainly at the Chamber, that might be easier perhaps, but we've got lots of events that bring together member businesses, member organizations. We have nonprofits, and obviously schools like Bryant Stratton's a member as well. And it's a great opportunity for an intern, a student, to get exposed to a whole bunch of people that could turn into a potential employer.
And relative to the opportunities and exposure that when you mentioned that, I thought of something else that I think is important to mention. And so we're always looking for opportunities, not only for our students, but for others who might be interested at a lower level relative to education. So when we look at our high school students, we look at our juniors and seniors in our communities, and we also reach out to those individuals, and we have what we call a Jumpstart program. Okay. That we offer to our high school students, and that's an opportunity for our high school students to take some classes on our campus while they're in high school, free of charge. Oh, nice. And those courses are, they vary. There's a variety of courses that we offer, but we do our best to try to get out into the high schools and disseminate that information for those who might be interested. And they can take a variety of different courses, and they can earn up to 21 college credits between their junior and senior year prior to even transitioning to whether it's Bryant Stratton or elsewhere. The courses are all transcriptable. So some bring them into Bryant Stratton, and some take them elsewhere.
So this is open to any student in the region?
This is open to any junior and senior at any high school in the region that is interested in taking a course. And it's free of tuition charge. The only thing they pay for is their textbook.
Yeah,
and we offer courses in business. We offer general education courses. We might offer courses in paralegal. We might offer it depending on the semester.
Wow.
But absolutely something that we're proud of.
Yeah, you should be. I mean, I'm unaware of anybody else offering that. It sounds fantastic. I certainly would have wanted to take advantage of it if I were if I were still a junior or a senior. Those days are gone. That'd be something that I'd be all over. So if you're just joining us, you're listening to Business Voice, a program of the Greece Regional Chamber of Commerce, sponsored by Genesee Regional Bank. We only have a few minutes left, but I just want to bring up a couple of points. I'm here with two gentlemen from Bryant Stratton College, Mike Mariani, who was the campus director for Greece and Henrietta for Bryant Stratton, and Rob Kopacz, career services director, and you've been hearing the conversation. Couple things. One is Bryant Stratton is a 4-year college, correct?
Bryant Stratton College is a 4-year college. We offer associate degrees, bachelor degrees, and diplomas.
Awesome. I say that because I'm not sure if everybody is aware of that. And then you're not actually just a Rochester corporation, correct?
That's correct.
That is correct.
You're fairly large, right? You're all over New York State and in some others?
We are. We're in New York State. We're in Virginia. We're in Ohio. We're in Wisconsin. And we also have an online division. We have 19 ground campuses and an online division. And our system office is in Buffalo, New York as well.
Yes.
Which is where the college started back in 1854.
1854. And then you've got a a wonderful celebration, 165 years coming up.
165 years coming up this May.
And you've got a brand new basketball program?
That's right.
We do have a brand new basketball program. Their inaugural season was this past year, and now we are actually recruiting for and just hired a women's coach, and we're going to have a women's team in fall.
That's fantastic. I didn't know that, so thank you for sharing that with our listeners. Anything else that we should know about, and how do people reach you?
Yeah, so if anyone wants to reach us, our website is BryantStratton.edu. Again, our locations are in Greece and Henrietta, and all of that information relative to contact is on our website. And relative to phone numbers, the phone number at the Henrietta campus is 585-292-5627. And the Greece campus is 585-720-0660.
Awesome. Mike Mariani, Campus Director, Greece and Henrietta for Bryant Stratton College, and Rob Kopacz, Career Services Director, Bryant Stratton College. Thank you both so much for being here today on Business Voice.
Thank you for having
us. Thanks, Sarah.
us.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thanks so much.
That pretty much wraps up our show for today. You've been listening to Business Voice, a program of the Greece Regional Chamber of Commerce. I want to thank our guests. Tune in again, and do check us out on the web, greecechamber.org, greecechamber.org. Thank you so much for listening to Business Voice.
Thanks for listening to these segments from previous shows. Business Voice is a program of the Greece Regional Chamber of Commerce, sponsored by FranNet of Upstate New York. The Greece Regional Chamber of Commerce serves businesses, nonprofits, and individuals throughout the region, focusing on promoting economic and community development and serving as the voice for business. The Chamber offers networking, education, advocacy, community events, and business services. It serves as an important platform for business leaders and citizens to come together in support of common goals.
Right now, we are all faced with a challenge both personally and professionally. You might be displaced from your current employment and thinking about what you could do differently for a living in the changing economy. Either way, you can find yourself with a little more time on your hands to think about these things. That's where John Adams of FranNet can help. John is a local senior franchise consultant for FranNet. He can help you navigate the many local franchise opportunities that exist right here in upstate New York. Go to FranNet.com, that's FranNet.com with 2 N's, and take the free readiness assessment that helps determine the best franchise opportunities for you. The COVID-19 health crisis has created uncertainty in the economy, but many have predicted a roaring comeback when we get the medical aspect under control. Now is a great time to do your research and have John help you find a business opportunity that will help you prosper in the future. Call John Adams at 585-739-6625 or go to FranNet.com. That's FranNet.com with 2 N's.